Okay, so hi there. I'm gonna make sure that everything is working correctly audio-wise. So I'm just gonna check that real quick. Just give me a moment. Okay. Great news, guys. It's working. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that everything goes the way that we want it to go. Okay, so had some major technical difficulties last night, but it's all good now. It's all good. The energy has been moved, and let's get this started. Okay. Welcome, magical souls, to the Illuminating the Sacred Path 5-Day Candle Magic Challenge. This is where we are going to learn to work with old magic, tapping into the primal forces of the elements, and dragon magic as we prepare for the Mabon-Fall Equinox coming up this weekend. And we're in a full moon as well as a lunar eclipse. And this is, from what I understand, I need to look into it. There is a connection to the Druids in this particular full moon. So, really, really enticing energy, really exciting energy, really amped up energy. So, over the next 4 days, you are going to engage in transformative rituals using candles, ancient symbols, and elemental energies. Each day's magic will build on the themes of Mabon, balance, abundance, gratitude, and preparing for transformation. This challenge will guide you through the energies needed for your personal harvest and release, preparing you for the full power of your of the fall equinox ritual that you may be doing. I'm actually hosting a Mabon Fall Equinox ritual this Saturday. Information will be in the description if you would like to join. So, before we begin, I actually would like to go over what we are going to be focusing on today. So, we are going to be working with the air dragons today. This is Wednesday. This is the connection to the air dragons. I'm wearing yellow to kind of honor my connection to the air dragons, and I have my beautiful galactic moonstone piece that has a lot of strong air qualities to it. I was kind of pulled to wear the moonstone, which moonstone is actually connected to intellect, higher consciousness, mental energy. It helps clean up my brain fog. So that's what I thoroughly enjoy about it. So what kind of candles can you use today? Good question. I kind of heard that telepathically because, again, like we talked about last night in some of the videos, it's not just, me teaching you guys. We actually have a lot of spirits and a lot of beings that are very excited about this candle magic challenge and, how it's going to illuminate your path. Okay, so let's go over a few things. Let me scroll back to my notes. So, what color candle can you use today? Let's start with the color magic. So, you could have yellow. You could use like a sky blue color that represents, the color of the sky. You could use like an off-white. You could use a white candle. Again, utilize what you have. If you don't have, a yellow candle, or say like you have, a blue candle like this one. And by the way, this is considered a pillar candle. So, if that's the color blue that you have, you can utilize that because your intentions are being set into it. I'm actually using it's kind of like a yellow gold. I'll show you guys momentarily. Here we go. This is a beeswax candle. These are actually bendable candles, and I wanted to create something for my divine counterpart and myself. We need some higher intellectual clearing, some brain fog clearing. We just need some like higher consciousness healing and clearing, because we do work in a lot in the higher realms, the middle realms, and we just want to take all of that love and healing that we are embracing with ourselves, our spirit children, and sending that up through our light codes, through our energy, and sending that out, because that is the work that we are, that we're supposed to be doing. And so I'm actually going to be showing you guys how I'm going to be dressing my candle today, and how I'm using. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I felt that. I felt her move a lot of energy off of my heart chakra. That was so appreciated. So I'm actually going to show you guys the types of ingredients that I'm going to be using today to actually just kind of move some of that energy up and out. Okay. My phone is pulling at me. So whoever is pulling, I'm over here. That's where you need to be. You need to be over here learning and training and observing. Okay, so I just recently did the video about the smoke cleanse, which that was fun. I actually have to go into the description and give a little timestamp of when the smoke detectors went off, which I figured that might happen just because the door wasn't all the way open. But so I actually highly recommend, before you begin day 2, please go watch the previous videos if you have not. Please, 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 please watch the smoke cleanse and do that before you do the day 2 challenge. It will actually make a difference. It will help you center, anchor, and ground. I found that to be very beneficial and very helpful. And as I'm moving, moving a lot of energy, that has been helpful as well, because there was a lot of tightness in my heart chakra, a lot of tightness in my higher heart, in my chest, and someone is actually showing like, we want you to do some tapping to help move that out. I wish they would just stop making me yawn, because I need to get through this training challenge with all of you. So give me just a moment to get my drink. Okay, so we've gone over the candle colors. Let's go over the herbs that are associated with the element of air. So the element of air is often linked with clarity, communication, intellect, and inspiration. So here are some common air element herbs that can be utilized. And I believe I put this in the description. If not, I'm going to add that just because I feel it is important to have that information. Okay, so lavender. Talked about lavender last night. I have a lavender bush, and me and her are very connected, as well as my other plants. Lavender is calming and aids in clear communication as well as mental clarity. So, not that I condone any type of working but I don't judge it either. I think it's actually very important that we understand how to protect and defend ourselves with our magic, as well as using it to heal and aid and support. So like I talked about lavender last night, it can actually be used in banishments, mental clarity. If you feel like you are being psychically attacked, lavender can actually be used to send that back. It can actually be used with by itself or in conjunction with other herbs to actually send that mental projection, back to the individual, back to the spirit, or straight up to source, and clear it right off of you. Literally, you're going to get to a point where your shields are so strong that that energy will just bounce right off of you, and it'll go like it'll just it'll go right back to where back to the sender, or back to the frequency that sent it out. Like I said, I am not about being judgmental of anyone's path. I don't like the whole, idea of they've upset me, they've hurt me, so they must pay. I don't, that to me is a lower vibrational magic, just as I'm not a fan of jar spells. To each their own, but I have, I've just come such a long way throughout my journey as a high priestess. I feel like we need to do better. But there are people that feel like sometimes that is the only thing that works for them. And again, no judgment. It's just not something that I'm going to be teaching in this challenge. I'm all about higher vibrational energies, and I'm all about teaching you guys how to protect, defend, and work with your own energy, heal, um, aid your clients, yourself, your friends, your family, but, in a grounded space. This is why I talked about last night. If we cannot get our emotions attached to a situation and then turn around and do a ritual, because I hate to say this, it doesn't matter if you work with the goddesses, it doesn't matter if you work with the gods. There is going to be some form of teacher that will come in and teach you lessons, because they are trying to get you to evolve to a higher state of frequency, to a higher state of energy. We're ascending the earth's energy, and as she ascends, as Gaia ascends her frequency even higher and pulls all of us up with her, we are creating a new earth frequency. We are creating a new earth energy, to where we don't feel like we have to do these um karmic situations, where we have to allow ourselves to be a part of karmic situations, I should say. Um, and I also feel like it's important that you understand that there's an energy exchange with everything. But when you are doing a ritual, there is an energy exchange. When you are working with yourself, there is still an energy exchange. When you're working with a spirit outside of yourself, whether that's a god, a goddess, a deity, a spirit guide, an ancestor, a nature spirit, whatever it is, an elemental, anything and everything, there is an energy exchange, and it needs to be an equal energy exchange. So I feel like it's important for you to understand that. And we can go over that at the end of day 2, because someone is actually prompting for me to kind of share some of the things that I've learned over time. Okay, so another one, Peppermint, stimulates the mind, improves focus, and helps with mental clarity. Again, these are not just herbs, but essential oils that you can actually use with your candles. Sage, cleansing, purifying, enhances wisdom and insight. Lemongrass promotes mental clarity, concentration, and communication. Eucalyptus opens up the mind and clears as well as the pathways. You're able to breathe better, and your throat chakra can open with that too. So it opens up the mind and clears stagnant energy, aiding in breathing and mental clarity. Mugwort, associated with dreams, intuition, and psychic abilities, often used for divination and insight. Give me a sec to scroll down. Marjoram. I never say that one right, ever. It's spelled Marjoram. Okay, so this one helps with balance and clarity and communication. Yarrow, which I shared last night, I won't say one of my favorites, but I am very pulled to it. Promotes insight and protection, helping with mental clarity and focus. Star anise encourages open communication and helps with the intellectual pursuits. Dill aids in mental focus and helps with communication and decision making. So I wanted to share when I talked about star anise, I had a couple wisdom keepers that have been scribes for historical figures, and the time is currently 4:44. That's all linked. Thank you guys. But they were showing that anise, star anise, helped them, with communicating with those from beyond. And they're actually sharing. They're pointing out. Oh my gosh. No, Nostradamus. He used a lot of different herbs to help him open his mind, um, and higher consciousness to be able to communicate with different timelines and future parallel timelines. So that's very interesting. I actually don't, as a psychic medium, a quantum healer, I actually don't consciously work with Nostradamus myself, but I do have some soul family members that do work with him very extensively. He's a highly intelligent man. And so I kind of stress to those that are wanting to pick his brain on the spirit side, be prepared, because he will take you on a journey and initiations that you think you're prepared for. And he's just laughing. I hear him, he's showing himself, and he is laughing like, thank you for expressing this. Like, he got a full belly laugh on that one. So I just, I strongly recommend, if you're going to communicate and ask for assistance from these types of spirits, these, spirits that are, historical leaders and historical figures. They are not mythical. They are, they are not a part of mythology. They are very real. And they can really, really give us guidance that we seek. But at the same time, there are still some that feel that they want to make sure that you are prepared for the information that will come through. So I just felt the need to share that information. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so before we move on to the beginning of day 2, and my sinuses they're just really acting up in my office, so I do apologize. Okay, so I'm gonna take my rings off because I am gonna be working with some oil. And you should probably make sure that you have a paper towel on hand, which I do. Okay. Okay. So before we begin even touching our candles, infusing our magic into the candles, and any of that, dressing our candles, let's just take a moment to recenter and make sure that we are grounded and that we are, in our bodies completely. Because I feel like a lot of my mental energy kind of just went up, into my higher consciousness, into my higher chakras, because I'm hearing a lot of chatter up there. Everyone's very excited. So I'm going to ask that, all of my energy come back to me. I'm asking all of my energy to come back to me. All of my energy coming back to me now, flowing into my body, anchoring into the roots that I have connected into the earth. Into my earth star, I am reconnecting. Into my heart space, I am reconnecting, flowing in my body, calming my body, calming my nervous system. Whew. Any nervousness that I am feeling in my body about events that are coming up, any excitement, jitteriness, we're just going to calm that energy down, soothing the energy, grounding it down, taking it down the legs, down into the earth star. Any anxiousness, any anger or anything that's popped up in the last couple of days that's lingering around in my stomach area. We're going to remove that now. Just going to flush that out. Going to anchor that down. Ooh. Ooh. I just seen some gunk getting released out of the gallbladder area, and of course the spleen and pancreas area. I've been having a little bit of issues in the stomach area for a couple weeks now, and I know it's been linked with the energy. Energy is moving. Oh, excuse me. Clearing that out now. And feeling much better. So I also want to stress that yellow, it is linked with mental clarity and the air dragons, but it can also be linked with your personal power, which is your solar plexus. That is your I am center. So let's move on to the fun part, dressing our candle. Okay, so I wanted to be able to use the same jar from last night. I was told I needed to do that. So I've actually added a few ingredients into this jar. I have added my salt. I have added, apparently I've added a little Lucy hair in there. Lucy is our German Shepherd mix, and she is our protector, so I'm not surprised that her hair found its way in there. So and a few, I've used some of the salts that I've created for Goddess Persephone. She has requested that I add some of her salts mixed in there. And I do have some clear glass beads that they requested to be a part of that. Let me just kind of pull one out and I'll show you guys. And they're showing this is actually going to help amplify the candle. It dropped. Okay, so let's try that again. So just like a little, kind of like little clear quartz pieces, but they're just like a clear glass. But I just kind of use them to help amplify frequencies. Again, using what you have makes all the difference. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. Tap that salt off of this. Oh my goodness. I have Goddess Oshun coming through, and she's just chuckling at me. Okay, so I can tell you, because I previewed the content, we are going to be, for me, I want to release the mental fog out. I want to clear that mental fog, and I want to just, I want to release it out. So with that being said, we're going to, instead of bringing the energy in, we're actually going to be taking our oils and wiping it up. That's going to tell the universe, the energy that we are releasing out versus bringing it in. We're actually going to release that out. So let me just put a little bit of oil on my hands. And I'm actually using a blend, an oil blend that Lord Ganesh had actually requested for me to make. And I was a little resistant at first, I'm not going to lie. But Lord Ganesh he can help remove obstacles that have been placed in our path. He is the destroyer of obstacles, I should say. He helps with abundance, so financial wealth, abundance rituals, working with, if you want to use, hold on, let me think of what they're called. Like a money bowl, like like a money rice bowl. If you wanted to create something like that, he is definitely the particular deity that you would want to call upon. And I'm just taking the energy, the oils, making sure that I get everything in there. Okay. So now that I've done that, I don't like the oil in my hand. Like I can handle it if it's like rubbed in. But I'm really weird about excessive oils on my hand. It's a texture thing for me. I am very sensitive to that kind of stuff. Okay, so let me get the lid on here so we don't lose that. And all of the oils that I use, like I have a Kalima oil, I have a Goddess Kalima oil, I have a Goddess Persephone oil that I make, I have scorpion oil that I've actually will be using in conjunction with a Anubis oil, which is great for grounding and protection. So I actually make all those oils and I do sell them. They're more of a custom type selling. You know, like I like to custom make a lot of my products. I don't really like to use Etsy as far as selling goes because I just feel like their fees are way too high. So I do a lot of my promoting through my social media accounts and just kind of, you know, if the mood strikes, I'll just kind of put an offer out there, you know, like, hey, you know, feeling like, you know, I want to offer my Goddess Kali Ma fire oil this week. And, you know, like, you know, it just depends. And again, like I said, custom oils for anyone that is in the market for that. Ritual candles, spell candles, Reiki candles. I kind of do it all. And if anyone's asking, unfortunately, I'm not at that place where I can make my own candles, mostly because we just don't have the space to do it. I would love to be able to make my own candles because I think it's so fun. Like I really, really connect with the energy of the candles, the process of, you know, the creation of the candle, you know, as far as like, you know, the spell candle, the ritual candle, you know, if it's a healing candle, you know, like from the herbs to the flowers to how ever, even how like the wax that is sometimes melted on there, like the design of it, everything is so intricate, and the type of work that goes into it, the healing energies that go into my candles, you know, prior to even being, you know, dressed. It's just, there is a whole process to my spell candles and ritual candles. I think I drive my higher self crazy sometimes with my, you know, how I want to do that. Okay, so I have glitter. I'm a glitter fanatic. I'll be the first to admit it, and I probably shouldn't do that over my laptop. Um, okay, so why I see someone looking at me like, why are we using glitter? Okay, so this is actually, I mean, silver is connected to the elven, you know, to your royal, not just your royal elven, but, you know, fairies, elvens, elemental beings, air dragons like silver. And so this is my representation to the air dragons. And this is actually going to help um, add in like that, those light frequencies that I like to bring in, literally adding some unicorn sparkle to the candle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And what I'm going to do is I will actually sprinkle it over the candle so I don't have to get it on my hands as much. And this is why it's important that we have enough oil on there to kind of make that glitter stick. And when I'm done, I'll kind of show you guys. It is so pretty. Ooh, I got some on my table. That's to be expected. Oh well. Okay. All right. So now you can see how that changed even the energy of the candle. Okay, so I'm just going to set that over here for now. Get my paper towel back out so I don't get glitter all over myself. Okay. I do love the smell of that oil. It actually helps open my sinuses and third eye. This is a really good oil if you're a seer. This can actually help open the eyes, your palms, all of it. Okay, so now depending on what type of candle you have. So with this one, obviously it would be a little challenging to draw the element of air onto that candle. So what I did before adding any extras to the salt mix, I actually drew the element of air in that one into the salt. So the element of air, and I had it, and then I want to just double check myself because sometimes I just get, yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure I was seeing that correctly. Okay, so element of air. So you're going to draw a triangle, and then there's going to be a line. You can also look this up online. I wonder if I can screen share. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can, I can share screen. Okay. Well, it's not going to let me share what I want. Give me a sec to actually pull this up on Google so you guys can get an idea. Okay. These are also known as alchemy symbols, and these are going to be the basic elements. I don't know why they call them the basic elements. Because they're all very important if you ask me. Okay, share screen. Okay. So as you can see, don't mind that one. We'll just click on this one. Air. Air is right here. Fire is right here. Water and earth. And let me see if I can pull anything else up so you guys can see that. Here we go. Spirit. That's what I wanted you guys to see. So we have spirit. We have air, water, fire, earth. And it's also important for you to know what they are, the not just the elements, but their coordinates. So north, south, east, west. I believe air is east. Let me see if I can Google that correctly. Symbols. It's just easier to have an image to show you guys so that you get a general idea. Here we go. Oh, that's too small. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to share a different screen with you guys. This one kind of made it much bigger. Okay, so let me scroll down. Okay, so yes, I was right. As you can see, east is air, south is fire, north is water, and west is earth. And then spirit is in the middle. We are spirit. So what I like to do, if you don't have a physical compass, you can actually use a compass on your phone and make sure that it is accurate. So you need to know like the location of when you're standing in your house, or if you're standing outside, you need to know, am I facing north, south, east, or west? Like you need to make sure that the coordinates match up to on your phone, on the compass, to where you are actually standing. Thankfully, I kind of have a general idea in the house, especially the office, of where, how the town is set up, and where north and south, and then what east and west would be. So I kind of have that. I got lucky in that aspect. So, and there are going to be a few images that I'm going to be sharing in our Facebook group if you're a part of that. So I'm going to stop sharing that. I am going to look and see if there are some other air symbols that can be used. That might be of interest to some of you. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is too funny. Sorry, I just found something on D&D that kind of is making me chuckle. Okay. Some of these are kind of hard to see, but let me see if I can bring this one up. Okay, there we go. I feel like these are some good symbols, and I actually want to save this. Okay, let's share this one real quick. Okay, and let me see if I can kind of scroll down. Ooh. All right, let's just kind of let's go over the first row. Okay, so there's one for Earth, God, Goddess, the pentagram, the pentacle, water, fire, air, spring, summer, fall. Like that's a really good one. Winter, money signs. Let's see, let's scroll down a little bit more. I feel like these are all very important symbols, and some of them can be a little challenging to draw in smaller candles like tea lights. Votives, I think they'd be a little easy, some of them, but like your taper candles, I'm telling you what, I've drawn some really cool different shields that I've created from runes that have come through from myself and from spirit guides, and it's really it's they're very powerful. So I mean, you could even oh, excuse me, you can even come up with your own symbols that you can draw, but I feel like this was kind of important to share with you guys. And again, I think this is something that I want to save and share in the Facebook group as well. So let me get that saved real quick before I forget. Okay, so we're already 40 minutes in, so I'm going to get this moving a little bit faster. There's just so much that I want to cover in such a short amount of time. So just kind of bear with me here, guys. Okay. So day 2. I was trying to get the light situated. Okay, so day 2, Wednesday, gaining insight and communication with our air dragon magic. What is our focus? Our focus is going to be clarity, insight, and communication. Our Mabon Connection, aligning with the theme of balance by gaining clarity on what needs to be nurtured and what needs to be let go of as you prepare for the harvest. So I actually want to pause there for just a minute and again, kind of go over again why I took the oil and I worked up, because it was important for me to release that out. I want to let go of stuff, not bring any more in at this time. I want to let go. I don't want to bring in more energy. I want to let go of, what's holding me back. I want to send love up. I don't I feel like it just kind of, like that energy exchange naturally happens. That energy flow of love and support does ricochet back and mirrors back. When I send out the forgiveness, I feel forgiveness coming to me, to my spirit, to my soul. Okay. So we've already gone over the herbs associated with the element of air that are often linked with clarity, communication, and intellect. So we're going to skip that. I also want to stress the herbs that we talked about. These herbs can be used in rituals, teas, or incense to harness the air element's power for clarity, insight, and communication. So now we're going to take a moment to set our intentions with our candles. So again, like I taught you last night, take your candle and place it in front of your heart space. So our intention that we are setting for today is ask for clarity on where you need balance in your life leading up to the Mabon Fall Equinox. And you can add any other intentions that you would like to add. So we are asking for clarity on where we need balance in our lives leading up to the Mabon Fall Equinox. And we are setting that intention with our candles. Okay. So now I want you to go ahead and light the candle that we are using to symbolize the mental clarity and open communication channels with your higher self. Okay. And then we are going to, after the candles have been lit, we're going to ask the air dragon to clear away any confusion and bring insight on what needs balancing in our lives before the fall equinox comes to us this weekend. Okay. So next we're going to do a meditation where we are going to visualize the air dragon blowing away the mental fog. I actually would like to see if I can pull up some music at this time that kind of is linked with higher frequencies and mental clarity. This is perfect. Binaural beats for brain power. Let me just see if there's anything else. Actually, there is something here. This is Activate Dragon Energy. This is 528 hertz meditation music. This is from this is the Dragon Temple. This is from a different source that I don't normally listen to, but I will be adding this to the playlist. So let's give it a try. Continue. And I'm actually going to pull it up on my phone. Okay, so you probably won't hear it as much as it will be in the background. It'll just kind of be some background music playing for our meditation. So, again, I want you to visualize the air dragon blowing away the mental fog, revealing the areas of your life that require attention. Focus on finding balance and preparation for Mabon. Honor any emotions, honor any feelings that come up. It's quite a lot that just came up in a very short amount of time. So I am being told to stress that, as most of you know, we have a third eye that is right here in the middle of the forehead, but we also have the back of the third eye, which is at the nape of the neck. So at the where your neck starts, like the spine, like you kind of get the point. Like it's right there at the base of your neck. That is the back of your third eye, and there are energies that will try to cord into the back of your neck, or like kind of like the sides of the back of your neck. So it is important that we keep the back of our chakras, our third eye, like our back side, just as protected as we would our front side. um, okay, so what is our Mabon reflection? So our Mabon reflection prompt is going to be, what imbalances do I need to address with the god of Mabon? How will finding balance help me step into the next season of my life? So again, what imbalances do I need to address with the god of Mabon? How will finding balance help me step into the next season of my life? Okay. I feel like that was a really good, quick meditation, as well as a very quick prompt. I feel like that Mabon reflection prompt really just gives us something to think about, um, as far as what I keep hearing. What are we holding on to? What are we holding on to that needs to let go, that we need to let go of? And that is where the air dragons can come in and just move that energy out. They can help move that energy out of just swiftly moving it out of our path and just letting it go of, we don't need to hold on to this. So I'm going to end the live with that brief message, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Feel free to share your thoughts about the challenge in the comments here, or it can also be on the Facebook page. All right, I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.